Assalamualaikum and greeting to all. Our paper entitled Preferences or Requirement Investigating Administrative Staff English Usage at Public Tertiary Institution. To begin with, English language is being considered to be one of the critical language used within the Malaysian workforce. English language in tertiary institution is one of the internalization strategies taken by the top management of many tertiary institutions to attract more international students and prepare Malaysian graduates for global workforce. Eventually, the domain of requirement and preferences of English language at the workplace by administrative staff overlap one over another. Administrative staff daily need to engage with international students or staff which require them to communicate in English. Use of English by Malaysian public universities admin staff has been unrecognized in the ESP literature. To date, only a few studies have been done to explore English use among admin staff in Malaysian public universities.
The current study investigates the English language preferences and requirements by administrative staff at Malaysian public tertiary institution workplace. Based on this, 4 research questions are formulated. RQ1. Do administrative staff in public universities require English language communication skill? Which communication event do the staff use English the most? Next, do administrative staff at public universities feel apprehensive about using English at the workplace? And research question 4. What are administrative staff reasons for using or not using English at the workplace? The study employed a mixed method research design, specifically a sequential research approach in collecting data. This study adopted a convenient sampling among admin staff from Malaysian tertiary institutions. A total of 138 respondents agreed to participate in this study involving UMK, UMT, UMP, UNIZA, and UITM staff. The study used a structured closed-ended questionnaire that contained 11 items comprised of Likert scales and yes-no question. The Cronbach Alpha scores obtained from the item was 0.78. The interview was conducted at the beginning of an online English training course involving 10 participants and was conducted by an English language teacher. The interview was recorded using a Google Meet platform and the session took estimatedly half an hour. Survey was administered using Google Form and distributed using WhatsApp Messenger and Gmail. Quantitative data was analyzed using descriptive statistics. The qualitative data from interview were transcribed and coded, followed then by thematically analyzed. We're moving on to the finding. Studies show that 62% of the respondents agreed that their job required them to have a good English language communication skills. Yet, majority of the participants, 95.7%, preferred to use Malay at the workplace. Most staff rate their English communication skills on average level. On answering research question 2, the task or occasion that respondents used English the most were during telephone conversation with a mean score of 2.80. Majority of the respondents, 81.2%, admitted that they did not avoid communicating with foreign staff or students using English. Also, respondents, 72.5%, mentioned that they did not seem afraid or felt anxiety when communicating in English at the workplace. Majority of the respondents, 65.2%, claimed that their supervisors or superiors were satisfied with their English communication skills. On answering research question 4, what are administrative staff reasons for using or not using English at workplace? The participant reason for their lack of preferences to use English at their workplace are fluency, confidence, vocabulary, and grammar. That lead to the reason for most of the respondents to join English training course, which could help them to build confidence, and improve their English language skill. Respondents also highlighted grammar and English for specific purposes as the central aspects that needs improvement. The results showed interesting insight about the staff preferences for using English in tertiary institution context. It was found that most staff perceive English as a required language at the workplace. One of the reasons behind this is that most tertiary institutions are fully embracing globalization, in which English is regarded as the primary medium of communication. The finding further highlight the importance of English in government sectors and ties well with previous studies Abdul 2016, Abdullah et al. 2017, and Sarudin et al. 2013, which reported that Malaysian staff agreed on the importance of English at the workplace. Nonetheless, majority of staff still prefer to use Malay language at their workplace. One of the main reasons behind their preferences of Malay over English was their lack of fluency in English. Staff claim that their English is poor, not so good, not very fluent, and use a lot of broken English. This finding is similar to Kluiswan et al. 2019 and Kasim and Ali 2020 study. However, the result of Jasim 2020 study showed that international students who dealt with administrative staff reported that despite some difficulties in speaking using English, they were able to communicate successfully in which both parties understood each other effectively. The finding also suggested that admin staff perceive their English communication skills are on average level. In other words, they did not prefer to use English due to their average proficiency in the language. Mutia 2003 reported that bank officers' weak command of English communication skill might affect the staff effectiveness at the workplace. In contrary, Ting et al. 2017 highlighted the requirement of Malaysian employers who emphasize an excellent mastery of English as the crucial aspect for the organization. Due to this self-perception toward English skill, most staff aim to build their confidence and improve their English language skills by attending the English language training course. Staff pointed out that they attended English training course in order to build up confidence, to be more comfortable to speak with each other. Consequently, staff mentioned that they want to improve their English, to learn how to use English correctly, and to enhance their English skill. Regarding communication apprehension at the workplace, most staff were not afraid or experienced anxiety using English in communicating. Most of the staff mentioned that they did not avoid speaking English to foreign staff or students at their workplace. In contrast to findings from Hidayah 2014 and Yusuf et al. 2018, who both reported that university admin staff have a reasonable level of apprehension in using English to communicate. Additionally, findings showed that most staff use English at the most during telephone conversation. During the telephone conversation, the staff needed to inquire about foreign staff or student information using English language. Kasim and Ali 2010 reported that oral communication skills were used the most during teleconferencing within engineering sector. Similarly, Cik Hassan and Ong Lok Ting 2019 reported that finding out about foreign individual information and need was the most crucial communication in tourism sector. As a conclusion, the result from this study indicate that even though administrative staff show keen acceptance toward English requirements at the workplace, it does not mean they prefer to use English. Majority of staff still prefer to use Malay language at the workplace. The finding also suggested interesting interpretation toward English language use at tertiary institution workplace. The data presented in the current study provided insight into the relationship between language preferences, requirement, and communication apprehension at the workplace. Admin staff in tertiary institutions did not feel apprehensive even though they have mediocre English communication skills and confidence to communicate using English with foreign staff and students. This study strongly recommends that tertiary institutions organize continuous professional development programs to ensure that administrative staff enhance their English proficiency and improve English communication skills. The program should aim to build staff confidence in speaking English at the workplace. Notably, the use of English at tertiary institutions should be confined to academic classes as the medium of instruction and need to be extended to other non-academic domains such as meeting, emails, and memos. These contexts are the much needed platform for admin staff to be competent in their English communication skill, especially speaking and writing. With that, thank you.